taking care of business, just rolling down the road. Well, Dad and Uncle Charlie tried their best for many years, but taking care of business takes more than shifting gears. It broke my heart to watch those men living with the shame of driving someone else's rig with someone else's name. Trucking life's my legacy, though business ain't the same. Up to my ears I call her mine, and she still wears my name. Getting closer every day with each and every run. Remembering Granddad's words, boy, I started out with one. Looking down those long white lines reflecting back at me. Need to reach my destination, gotta stay awake to see. Wrestling with the memories, wrestling with the loads. Still taking care of business, rolling down the road. Hey. Sydney, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra, Adelaide. My mind goes back down the track, it never seems to fade. And I'm still shifting through the gears everywhere I go. Hey, I'm taking care of business, just rolling down the road. Hey, hey, I'm taking care of business, just rolling down the road.
Testing. me tell you of an interview with an old man he knew. He's got a beak and feathers and things, but the poor old fella ain't got no wings. I'm too jealous of the wedge-tailed eagle, and battle-it-da-da-da, while the eagle's flying round and round to keep 2 feet firmly on the ground. Now I can't fly, but I'm telling you, I can run the pants of a kangaroo, but I do. He can't fly, but I'm telling you, we can run the pants of a kangaroo. Well, he was the model for the 50 cents. Da-da-da-da. The designer should have had more sense. Da-da-da-da. If you take a look, it'll prove to you. I ran the pants of that kangaroo, but I do. Take a look, it'll prove to you. We ran the pants of the kangaroo. You can't loop the loop like a cockatoo. Da-da-da-da. Swoop and toss like an albatross. Da-da-da-da. You silly galah, I'm better by far than a white cockatoo or a budgerigar. They squeak and squawk and try to talk. Why, me and them's like cheese and chalk, but I do. You can't fly, but I'm telling you, we can run the pants of a kangaroo. Well, the last time I saw old man, he knew da-da-da-da. He was chasing a female, he knew da-da-da-da. As he shot past, I heard him say, she can't fly, but I'm telling you, she could run the pants of a kangaroo, but I do. She can't fly, but I'm telling you, she could run the pants of a kangaroo. Well, there is a moral to this ditty, da-da-da-da. Thrush can sing, but he ain't pretty, da-da-da-da. Duck can swim, but he can't sing, nor can the eagle on the wing. You can't fly, but I'm telling you, he can run the pants of a kangaroo. Well, the kookaburra laughed and he said it's true, da-da-da-da. We can run the pants of a kangaroo.
How are you?
Late at night, when the moon is low and the stars are big and bright, the whole wide world just comes down to what I see in my headlights. I'm alone, but I'm not lonely, 'cause I've got good company in my old midnight special and me. When I'm tired, I talk to her and maybe hum a song. Sure enough, before you know, she's a humming right along. We don't need no cassette machine, radio, or CB. My old midnight special and my old midnight special and me. We've been together so long now, she's just like family. At least I'm with her more than the wife and kids I hardly see. My old midnight special and me. And you know, on those long dark nights when I'm steaming down the road, I get to thinking things I never think about at home. And I wonder if there's someone up there somewhere who can see my old midnight special and those long dark nights when I'm steaming down the road, I get to thinking things I'd never think about at home. And if there really is a heaven, then I reckon it must be just like my old midnight special and me. And if there really is a heaven, then I reckon it must be just like my old midnight special and me.
True blue, don't say you've gone. Say you've knocked off for a smoke out, and you'll be back later on. Hey, true blue, hey, true blue, give it to me straight, face to face. Are you really disappearing? Just another dying race. Hey, true blue. True blue. Is it me and you? Is it mom and dad? Is it a cockatoo? Is it standing by your mate when he's in a fight? Or just Vegemite? True blue, I'm asking you. Hey, true blue, can you bear the load? Will you tie it up with wire just to keep the show on the road? Hey, true blue. Hey, true blue. Now be fair dinkum. Is your heart still there? If they sell us out like sponge cake, do you really care? Hey, true blue. True blue. Is it me and you? Is it mom and dad? Is it a cockatoo? Is it standing by your mate when she's in a fight? Or just Vegemite? True blue, I'm asking you. True blue. Is it me and you? Is it mom and dad? Is it a cockatoo? Is it standing by your mate when he's in a fight? Or just Vegemite? True blue.
When you're rolling down from town in the middle of the night, there's a welcome stop for truckies where the lights are burning bright. It's a place called Neon City on that lonely southern run, just 20 miles to nowhere on old Highway 31. They say you just can't miss it, mate. The neons dance and swim, and the tang of truckies Tucker made is bound to drag you in. It's an Oakville's kind of waterhole that welcomes everyone, just 20 miles to nowhere on old Highway 31. And there's Aussie country music played, and that's a welcome change. And the bloke who runs the joint is strangely known as Uncle Sam. And football games are straightened out, and many races run, just 20 miles to nowhere on old Highway 31. 20 miles to nowhere on the road to Gundagai. And there's neon cities everywhere. This song is of just one. Just 20 miles to nowhere on old Highway 31. Well, there's kangaroos and soup and stews and bandicoot and snake. And I'm pretty sure she'll never be a fire that has no stake. Well, there's ham and eggs and tons of toast. The coffee's good and strong. Just 20 miles to nowhere on old Highway 31. And there's Aussie country music playing, that's a welcome change. And the bloke who runs the joint is strangely known as Uncle Sam. Football games are strange, many races run. Just 20 miles to nowhere on old Highway 31. On old Highway 31. On old Highway 31.
Don't go looking through that old camphor box, woman. You know those old things only make you cry. When you dream upon that little bunny rug, makes you think that life has passed you by. There are days when you wish the world would stop, woman, but then you know some wounds would never heal. But when I browse the early pages of the children, it's then I know exactly how you feel. Hey, it's July and the winter sun is shining, and the Cootamundra wattle is my friend. For all at once my childhood never left me, 'cause wattle blossoms bring it back again. It's Sunday and you should stop the worry, woman. Come out here and sit down in the sun. Can't you hear the magpies in the distance? Don't you feel the new day has begun? Can't you hear the bees making honey, woman, in the spotted gums where the bellbirds ring? You might grow old and bitter 'cause you missed it. You know some people never hear such things. Hey, it's July and the winter sun is shining, and the Cootamundra wattle is my friend. For all at once my childhood never left me, 'cause wattle blossoms bring it back again. Don't buy the daily papers anymore, woman. Read all about what's going on in hell. They don't care to tell the world it if you cry. Hey, it's July and the winter sun is shining, and the Cootamundra wattle is my friend. For all at once my childhood never left me, wattle blossoms bring it back again.
Is it okay to start, Michelle? Before we do officially start, my friends, I'd like to welcome those who are watching in live stream today, people who can't be with us or can't be with you good people, and no doubt they'll be sending their commiserations and their love, and yes, and hoping everything goes well today in remembrance of a good man. So welcome aboard. The newspaper advertisement reads, Gary Allen Barrett, loving husband of Patsy, loving father and father-in-law of Ricky and Kim, Michelle and Elvis and Rebecca, beloved pop of Aidan, Felicia, Bree, Zach, deceased. Dynasty the man has started in one way or another, hasn't it? Yes, certainly. He was the son of Alan and Myra, both deceased, and brother-in-law of Stephen, deceased, and Kay, Russell and Carol, deceased. And the family also give their very sincere thank you to the nurses at the of Mr. Gary Allen Barrett. My name is Dudley Corbett, and I'm indeed honoured to be invited to lead today's farewell service for Gary and to join with you in expressing our thanks for his life, to say goodbye to him, and to support each other in the loss of a much-loved husband, father, father-in-law, grandfather, great-grandfather, and a jolly good mate to a lot of people. Gary would not have wanted you to be sad, but for each of you to smile and remember the great times which you all shared together. Please feel free to continue in sharing this time of remembrance over some light refreshments at the South Burney Bowls Club. I'm sure you all know where that wonderful establishment is. At the conclusion of this service, Gary knew every blade of grass on the green out there, there's no doubt about that, there for a long time, and a revered figure in that establishment. As I sat with family members the other day, I took down a few notes in between orders, and I've come up with this, that Gary was born at Surrey Hills in Victoria on the 15th of the 9th, 1946, to Alan and Myra Barrett, his brother Stephen, deceased, and Russell. When Gary was just a small child, the family moved to Somerset, and Gary went to school at Somerset sometimes. He went to the primary school and then on to Parklands High, so he was educated in the area here. And when he left school, he got a job at the Wynyard Airport and doing a bit of this and that and waving the table tennis bats to the pilots and things as they come in. And I don't think any of the planes ever finished up in the main street in Wynyard, so he must have given them good directions. He later worked in Burnie at the office of Ansett A&A, and of course Cupid also worked in the area, and he was there with his bow and arrow, and a young lady by the name of Patsy Elson also worked in the near area, and I think you might be way in front of me, but that's where they met, at the airline office there, and it began a wonderful lifetime together. After he left the Wynyard Airport, he worked in the trucking business for the biggest part of his life, I suppose you'd say, and for many, many years. F.H. Stevens, some of you will remember them, Hammonds and Hammond Palmer, and a bit later on West Coast Transport, and which later became De Bruyn's, and he apparently worked there for 32 plus years. So that's a lot of driving, that's a lot of truck driving, and today some of the music in the background has been truck driving music, and that was his life, his working life at least. But yes, he was heavily involved in the Bowls Club at South Burney, and the golf club. I remember him very well from the Penguin area, playing golf over there. But him and Patsy were married in 1968 after a 2-year courtship on the 8th of June, St David's Church in Cooey, and they've lived in Burney forever. And even though Patsy wanted to stay in Burney, it didn't mean that Gary did. He always wanted to go back where it was a bit warmer, but Patsy said no, and whatever the women in the family say, that's law. And yes, so they did stay in Burney, and Gary certainly made the best of it and reared a lovely family. So he played golf at Penguin, as I said, and lawn bowls at South Burney for 33 years. And that's a lot of bowling, 33 years. He was a selector and a player. In 2013-14, he was given the honour of being the Bowler of the Year at South Burney, and very proud of that. Gabby, as he was known by all and sundry. He loved his music, especially the trucking songs, and he loved John Williamson. You heard John earlier in the day. He loved the Shadows, and everybody knows who the Shadows are. He loved Slim, and trucking songs. Whoever sang a trucking song, he would have it going in the truck all day, no doubt about that, as he drove. He loved the Western Bulldogs football team and was known to give the umpires good advice. He didn't actually throw anything at the TV set, but only maybe a little bit of abuse. But I don't think the umpires took any notice of him, but he was a doggies man, there's no doubt about that. Today, he made a lot of his own arrangements. He wanted this, he wanted that, and this was to happen, and so forth. So he was a very organised man, and he was given the talent, if I could put it that way, to arrange things the way that he exactly wanted them, and the family today have carried out his wishes. So Gary would have been so proud of that. So thank you all for acceding to those wishes. Bowls trips. I've got one little note here. He did embark on bowls trips to Queensland, and him and Patsy liked the Byron Bay area especially, and yeah, it would be nice up there today, would it not? But there'd have been a lot of quietness on the bus, and that wasn't all that long ago. I had to talk to him up at the sports club at Penguin, a few weeks ago, but yeah. And yeah, he'll be sadly missed, and the people up there speak very well of him. I was talking to some of them the other day up there, and they wanted to know the details about the funeral, etc., and I said, well, it is a private family funeral, so no doubt some of them will join you good people later on out at the Bowls Club, so thank you for the open invite out there. Yeah. We do have a couple of family members who would like to pay tribute to their dad, and immediately after Michelle and Ricky come up and do a tribute, then we're going to go straight into a photo presentation. We'll go back a bit in Gary's life, and you'll be able to relive the memories there. So I'd now like to invite Michelle to come forward and Ricky to give each other support that you need, and tell you that it's all yours and you can stay as long as you like.
Thank you. Well, what can I say about my beautiful dad? He was a hard-working, strong, larger-than-life, decent, good all-around Aussie gentleman. He loved bowls, footy, and enjoyed a few trophies. His sense of family and how proud he was of all his grandchildren was second to none. When we were growing up, after spending long hours in the truck, he would come home and take us swimming if it was summer, and during winter, if it was snowing, he would take us all off to the snow, no matter how tired he was or how long he had spent working since early hours of the morning. We would also go for our weekly Sunday drives to Wynyard, where Dad would love watching the planes at the airport. If we were good, we got any ice cream, but as you can imagine, 3 children in the back of the car, we didn't deserve to get ice cream very often. Christmas time was very special to Dad, as it meant all the family got together, and he was in his element as Father Christmas, our Santa. Our day was always about presents and cricket with the boys and some of us tomboys. We always finished off Christmas Day with one of his and my favourite things, dessert. Christmas Day always meant so much to him. He instilled in me a strong sense of compassion for others and hard-working, never give up attitude, as he told me time and time again, there is no such word as can't. This never give up and strong fighting attitude was not only evident in the many times he was ill over the years, but in the last 2.5 months since we were given the heartbreaking diagnosis. But he fought with everything he had, despite knowing it was a losing battle. He is my hero, and I only hope I can be as strong as he was and meet life's challenges head on as he did. Keep on trucking, Dad. You will be leaving a huge hole in all of our hearts.
I think I wrote a bit more than Michelle, but My dad, uncomplicated, easygoing.
You want some help? A big love for family passed away on Saturday, August 14th at 10:15 p.m. He will be sadly missed by all who knew him. Dad loved truck driving, and it was a privilege to ride in the snowman's truck for many trips and every weekend, regardless of rain, hail or snow. He made sure
Where'd you get to?
his truck
Yep.
looked.
Always immaculate. Dad spent hours sometimes to make his truck look like new, just so he could present it at some of the truck shows where he won numerous trophies. Dad was known as the snowman. It come from when Dad, driving in the bad snowfalls, used to have pushed and dug his way through to deliver the load and helping out numerous other truckies along the way and made it back home. Dad was a big part, trucking was a big part of Dad's life, as was golfing, and then later on, lawn bowls. He joined with the South Burnie Bowls Club, and above all else, he loved his family. Some of my memories include when Pop and his three brothers would together, Uncle Russ's Holden car had a screwed front end in it, so they found another car and brought it and proceeded to tow it around the streets of Wivenhoe. And with the damaged rear end, this car hopped, skipped, crabbed, run up gutters and made its way back home, where they stripped it and put together Uncle Russ's ute or vehicle again. Pop looked drunk as he hopped out because this thing wasn't pleasant driving around or being towed, and they all laughed and had a beer. Dad's construction skills was always a thing that worried me, as he built some things like a barbecue hut and the deck in the garden with no plan, but are still standing as a testament to him using big nails. This also come in handy when I broke the glass door heaps and all the other things I broke with my scooter and billy cart, and he needed these construction skills to put back together what I break. Also, I remember Dad getting new carpet and then once again nailing it to the other carpet on top of the other stuff. Dad's spent many a long hours in the truck by himself, and there was no way he was going to be alone. Sitting
For his last fight.
Hey? Yeah, for his last fight. And his saying of keep on trucking will live with me forever. We all miss you.
Already.
And the spirit you showed is inspiring, as was your strength, a legend in my book. And I will hurt for a long time.
to let me shine. That's your way. You always walk a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name for so long. A beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. It might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. Of course I know I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be. I could fly higher than an eagle. For you are the wind beneath my wings. Did I ever tell you you're my hero? You're everything, everything I wish I could be. Oh, and I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. 'Cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Oh, the wind beneath my wings. You are the wind beneath my wings. Fly, fly away. You let me fly so high. You, the wind beneath my wings. Oh, the wind beneath my wings. Fly, fly so high against the sky, so high I almost touch the sky. Thank you, thank God for you, the wind beneath my wings.
Thank you to the family for sharing those treasured memories with us. I think the pic that stood out to me the most was the one with the budgie smugglers. And when the eulogies were on, I did smile when I heard about the new carpet being nailed on top of the other lot. As a former carpet layer, it did make me smile a bit. But to Michelle and Ricky, thank you for your input. Dad would have been so proud of that. You both did. top job. So it's not our hands that make us human, nor our legs. It is not the shape of our faces, nor the lustre of our hair, or the texture of our skin. We are human because of our hearts and the souls that fill those hearts. Gary's soul was private, it was strong, it was proud, qualities that have been passed on to you, his family. And by his example, he has shown you how to care for one another, to nurture and to support each other. And may I suggest to you as a family that you cherish this great strength that Gary has shown you, that you honour his memory by caring for and supporting each other, to seek out and to affirm the very best in each other. Today we celebrate love and we celebrate life, and the grief that we feel today is a response of that love, for if there is no love, then there is no grief. And it is a mark of your love for Gary that you experience this great sadness at his passing. So a chapter is completed, a page is turned, a life well lived, a rest well earned. Death will not part us, nor distance divide. Forever and always he will be by your side. A beautiful poem in the service sheet today that I'd like to share with you as well. And it's called Come With Me. God saw you getting tired, a cure was not to be. So he put his arms around you and whispered, come with me. With tearful eyes we watched you and saw you fade away. Although we loved you dearly, we could not make you stay. A golden heart stopped beating, your tender hands at rest. God took you home to prove to us that he only takes the best. So in grief at his passing, but in gratitude for his life, today we have gathered to say a final farewell to Gary and to thank him for the privilege of being numbered amongst those who grieve. If those of you who knew Gary very well can profit from his example, if you can each try to live just a little better for having known him, then through you, Gary will have a continuing stake into making this world into a much better and a much happier place. May you all find comfort, richness and example in your many memories. May you find strength and support in your love for one another, and may you find peace in your hearts. I think Gary would have wished you the words of the Irish blessing which reads, may the road rise up to meet you, may the wind be always at your back, may the sun shine warm upon your face, and may the rains fall softly on your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. So we have now reached that part of our service, my friends, the final part we call the committal. But before I do the committal, I just want to say again how honoured I am to be allowed to take part and to play a small part in Gary's farewell, and to give my commiserations again to Patsy and the family, and thank you so much for the great honour that you've paid me today. We say farewell today to a good bloke. So we have now reached that part of our service we call the committal, where we commit Gary to the next stage of his journey. These then are the last rites in the natural life of Mr. Gary Allen Barrett. We have met to pay tribute and to say farewell, and so tenderly and reverently we commit Gary for cremation. Would you like to come forward and put your floral tributes on at this stage?
Smile, to sit and talk to you a while, to be together the same old way, that would be our greatest wish today. To hear you laugh, to hear you cry, or just a chance to say goodbye, to say the things we didn't say. That would be our greatest wish today. But all we can do is throw a flower on the water, look for the sun through the rain, lay a little frangipani gentle on the water, remember how we loved.
So thus, thinking of him, let us leave this place in quietness of spirit and live with concern for one another, resolved that we who live on and those who come after us shall have life and have it more abundantly as per Gary's wishes. You were a good man to many people, Gary, gone but not forgotten, gone but never apart, for we are blessed with memories held deeply within our hearts. Thank you for many wonderful memories, Gary, and may you forever rest in peace. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Could I now invite you to stand as we take our final farewell of our dear friend. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. It's a long straight road and the engine is deep. I can't help thinking of a good night's sleep, and the long, long roads of my life are a-calling me. These rough old hands are glued to the wheel, my eyes full of sand from the way they feel, and the lights coming over the hill are a-blinding me. It's a long, tough haul from away down south. A man's gotta find a little bread for his mouth and a home for a girl as sweet as my honey can be. So it's down through the gears, she's a-starting to pull. The gauge on the tank is a-showing near full, and the lights coming over the hill are a-blinding me. There's rain on the road, now I can feel the load start a-shifting in a dance. Too late to see the post, and I haven't got a ghost of a chance. Oh no, the windscreen wipers are a-beating in time. The song they sing is a part of my mind, and I can't believe it's really happening to me. Oh, but I'm over the edge and down the mountainside. I know they'll tell about the night I died in the rain when the lights on the hill were a-blinding me. Hey! I can feel the load start a-shifting in a dance. Too late to see the post, and I haven't got a ghost of a chance. Oh no, the windscreen wipers are a-beating in time. The song they sing is a part of my mind, and I can't believe it's really happening to me. Oh, but I'm over the edge and down the mountainside. I know they'll tell about the night I died in the rain when the lights on the hill